Okay, let's see how I look here. I'm on my couch here in my living room and heard a knock on my door this morning. And it was this woman, and she was from the county, Animal Control Services. One of my neighbors had complained that I have an excessive amount of cats in my house or on my property. And it was a little bit upsetting because I'm on my weekend and my time off, and I'm like, it's my home, and I don't have a lot of cats. I have 6 cats. And these cats, I don't breed cats. I've never bred a cat. Cats have been strays that were found in the neighborhood. I didn't go out of my way to get cats. They just came to my house. They were in the neighborhood. There was a neighbor that moved away, that left their animal, or that gave me the animal because they couldn't take care of it for whatever reason. And I don't have any of my own children, and my animals are like my kids, so it would be like somebody calling the Child Protective Services. So I was a little bit upset. And they don't tell you who complains, of course, and it really shouldn't matter because it's really nobody else's business. I mean, my house, it's my home, and if I want to have cats in my house, and it's within the limit of the law. I have the amount of animals you're allowed to have on my property, and they're very, very rarely do my animals go outside. They're inside most of the time, and it's winter time now anyways, so my cats are indoors. Each cat has its own litter box. I have 3 water dishes. I have 2 spare rooms. I don't have any children. I have a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, and I don't bother anybody else. I mind my own business. I'm a good citizen. I pay my taxes, and I feel it's a little bit unfair. I have been in this neighborhood since 2005 or 2006. I'm sorry. I've lived here, and I've never been a nuisance to anybody. I've never bothered anybody. I've always minded my own business. I don't have loud music or loud parties, or I'm not having other people living here coming and going, and I keep my yard up. I keep it neat, and I don't want to be bothered. But it's like, I'm an emotional person, okay, and for me, my animals, I'm very attached to my animals. I get very emotional about my animals, and I care about their health. I don't neglect my animals. I don't travel or go on vacation because I have these animals. It would be more expensive for me to have them go to a kennel for a week if I wanted to go on vacation than to pay for the vacation. And besides that, I wouldn't trust my kitties to anyone else that I didn't know. And why do I have to answer to anyone that if they look at my windows? What I've done is I leave my blinds open during the day so my cats can look out the windows. They like to watch birds, and I don't mind if somebody has a dog and their dog barks once in a while. I don't mind that. I understand dogs. Dogs barking doesn't bother me unless it's always continuously barking all the time. And there's been instances in the neighborhood where there are dogs that bark, and I've never called the animal control on anybody for that. So I just thought I'd get that off my chest because it seems really unfair. And people, they don't say hello to you. They don't want to get to know you. The only thing you're just like, they see me as a nuisance, instead of seeing me as a good neighbor, a helpful person, a kind neighbor, because I'm kind to animals. It's like the neighbors are hostile towards me, and I've never done anything to any of these neighbors around here to make them hostile towards me. When I first got the cats, when they were kittens, they would run around a lot, and they would go on my next door neighbor's into his landscaping and do their thing in there. But that was years ago. That was over 6 years ago when the cats were younger kittens. Since then, the cats have been trained to be in the house, use their litter boxes, and there's no odors. The litter boxes are cleaned, 3 or 4 times a week, and they get along well. They're fine animals, and I take care of them. So nobody has any right to presume that I'm being mistreating my animals, or So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I like animals. I like cats. I have a kind of part of me that wants to nurture, and so it's kind of like a what did Freud called it, something. You cathect onto the animal. So whatever nurturing, whatever you want to care about someone else or something else, so you use a cat as a pet to take that out. Otherwise, it would be, I don't have a child. I don't have any children of my own. I've never had any children of my own, and it's always been, I have this propensity to want to care about an animal. I like cats and dogs too, and I feed the birds around here. I have bird feeders hanging up. I have a hummingbird feeder. I keep that, and I put peanuts out for the squirrels once in a while, and once in a while raccoons come around. I've given them a little bit, but I don't habitually feed them. They'll come around and I'll give them a little bit, but that's it, and then they go away. So I don't know, I mean, anyhow, thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.